Okay, here we go, everybody. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Friday, August 8th, 2025. We got through another freak show week, and it gets even more freaky every day. It really does, especially what we heard today. I'm not saying here uh, that President Trump is actually wrong with what the statement he made today about a 29 style crash and depression. But look, man, the mechanism behind this is going to lead not to the same place, but something orders of magnitude worse. And I mean orders of magnitude worse. There's no comparison to the financial system that we had in 29 and the issues that affected the market and the economy at that time to now. We are so far and away from that kind of a system, much more complex on every level. We have this derivative time bomb that is going to go off. It's just a matter of time before it does. The parallels, though, which exist between the run up to 29, crash of 29 and the depression and what we have now are eerily familiar. And if you guys and girls subscribe to the Freedom Platform, which I really hope you do, this is in your inbox right now. I outlined exactly the parallels. And I wasn't even sure about it myself until I looked it up. Now, you guys and girls, honestly, look, man, you guys just take me up on my offer for 7 free days, and you could read stuff like this, all the stuff I put out for you for the next 7 days for absolutely nothing. I don't know what you're waiting for, but let me just cover real quick what some of the parallels are before we move on. But just prior to the crash of 29, this is what was happening. By the late 20s, cracks were already forming, global credit imbalances, slowing European demand for U.S. goods, massive speculative bubbles in U.S. stocks. All this sound a little familiar so far? Also at that time, there was a widening wealth inequality and heavy tariffs choking trade. Yeah, very similar. The United States at that time was experiencing this kind of isolationist, protectionist manifesto, just like Trump is implementing now. It's not working, in case you haven't noticed. Our economy is coming apart very fast. What really needed to happen here, people, honestly, look, was to rebuild the United States from within first and then outward. In order for example, our trade to make any difference on the world stage, we need a base to build things. Our factories right now, don't take my word for anything I'm saying, they're dying. They're dying because of one reason. Not because the dollar isn't weak enough. It should be the opposite. The dollar needs to get stronger here so people have more purchasing power right here in the United States. This should make sense to you. Because it's economics 101. 101. To have a strong economy or a strong nation, you need a strong currency. To have a strong currency, you need a corresponding rate of interest high enough to support the purchasing power of the currency. So when you hear a president or a vice president, again, I've been telling you this a million times, calling for a weaker dollar, meaning you've already lost 96% of your purchasing power, they're trying to convince you that if they take another 1% away or 2%, all of a sudden the world's going to jump for joy for our products. It's a lie. And not only is that a lie, we don't have the infrastructure set up right now to even create enough goods that the world may even want. So we got to fix it here first. It starts with the currency. Excuse me, I got something in my eye here. But you see, politicians think you're dumb. They really do. They use you as nothing but a tool, especially President Trump and his MAGA people. I'm not calling them out, I'm calling them in. He believes sincerely that they are nothing. They got him elected or selected. I don't think so, but okay. Had nothing to do with anything. The bottom line is this. We could still fix the problems. But this guy, this new Fed governor that President Trump just put in temporarily, super dumb. Super dumb. He's gonna demand lower rates and erase the dollar. What does it do? It makes the Federal Reserve stronger, not weaker. Not weaker. We heard the same garbage during President Trump's last tenure. President Trump's trying to bankrupt the Fed. You can't bankrupt them. It can't. You get bankrupted. The Federal Reserve, they're more than willing to create cash out of nothing, lend it to any nation on earth, to support terrorism and anything else. And we can't even see who they're lending to. I want you to think about that. Soon, we're going to get a tokenized system. President Trump signed it into law. Okay, lovely and fantastic. But devaluing the currency only does one thing. It makes the central bank more powerful, more stronger. More slaves to the system are created. President Trump and Damian Thorne, his vice president, certainly ain't my vice president. You know what I mean? Look, man, I answer to one force and one only, and that's God the Father, the creator of all things. Trump and Vance are worthless. They're slime, just as I am, okay? Created from dust. Understand? Overstand here? I think we're on the same page at least. But the deceptions, the distractions that have been plagued on the people are frankly off the Richter scale. And it's only going to get much worse from here. There's no fixing it with the current situation. None at all. Zero. Only to exacerbate the current problem, make the Federal Reserve stronger, allow a collapse scenario. Maybe you see, look, their book, which is not our book. You see, this is our book right here. Their book demands that they tell you what they're going to do before they do it. What President Trump said today is a prelude for what they're going to do. President Trump sitting here warning that if we don't implement more tariffs, well, okay, this whole system is going to collapse. We'll end up in a Great Depression. The stock market is going to dissolve. It's going to do that anyway. We're already in something much worse than a recession here. We're not making anything. We're not exporting anything. We're not importing because there's no demand. We're dying here in the United States. How do we fix it? Return purchasing power to the currency. Bing, bing, bing. Maybe one of you who follow Donald Trump want to go on Truth Social and say, hold on a minute, guy, you got it wrong. You won't care because you're nothing but a means to an end. You could speak and scream from the top of the freaking White House or the Capitol. It won't matter. You'll get arrested. But again, our voices don't matter. We have our mouths duct taped by executive order after executive order after executive order, or laws that are unconstitutional, completely unconstitutional. And I'm talking about this tokenized system that we're all going to get forced to utilize. Again, nowhere in the Constitution does it say that we are going to have a privatized monetary system managed by the Fed, but run by private corporations. This is how I got to give the man credit again. It was genius what he did, just like the Genius Act here. Okay, what did he do? Executive order, no central bank digital currency. What did we get? We got a privatized system, tokenized, orders of magnitude worse than a central bank digital currency. It's still digital token. These stable coins are digital, but the Fed's going to run the show. No oversight, not even in theory. At least with a central bank digital currency, as I've been telling you, theoretically, there'd be some oversight. But now that it's been privatized, you get nothing but a shaft about that thick and about that long, deep in the heart of the gabagool. Yeah, with no lube. And I don't think you're liking that very much. Anyway, with regard to the market today, the NASDAQ did hit a new record. We closed at a new record. Gains for the S&P 500 and the Dow. I'm working on a paper right now. I just started to look up what were the headlines a couple of months prior to the 29 crash. They were eerily familiar to what we have now. What I just covered here, the whole breakdown for my lines that do subscribe to the Freedom platform. This is in your inbox. Please read through this. And what I'm working on for you guys, again, those who subscribe to the Freedom platform, I'm going to break this down for you. I'm going to work on it right after this video. What was happening with regard to the headlines and the political situation in 29, just leading up to the crash, almost exactly the same. I'm not saying we're going to get a crash in October, but President Trump himself said this. This is today. Trump warns courts against knocking down tariffs, says duties are a huge positive for the stock market. He went on to say, right here, it would be 1929 all over again, in a post on Truth Social. And I put a link to that in this article as well. My eyes are burning in my head right now, guys. Maybe it's the devil. I don't know. Anyway, so let's read this here. So President Trump says tariffs will push the stock market higher, okay? Warns without them, we will be experiencing 1929 all over again. So CNBC, President Donald Trump on Friday warned U.S. courts against blocking his tariff policy, citing its positive impact on the stock market. Again, it's a trade-off. Suck it right out of the economy. Who owns 90% of the stock market? Not you, not me. The 1 and 2 percenters. It's all about the 1 and 2 percenters always, who are now pillaging the country, whatever's left of it. Trump wrote on his Truth Social platform, it would be 1929 all over again, and a Great Depression in all caps. Now, if you don't believe this, I put a link right here, and you can click to it, again, in your inbox right now, if you at least are part of the Substack family. Anyway, I hope so. Anyway, so, Lions, the system is already dying. This is me now. Tariffs are not salvation. They are not salvation. They are the cough of a sick empire trying to mass decay. Trump isn't preventing a depression. He's accelerating the inevitable by injecting more distortion into the system that cannot bear more weight. Does that sound about right to you? These threats, the panic, the posturing, they are signs of desperation. It's also their book. I think this goes beyond what we're reading here. Their book says they have to tell you first. Without question, it's what they do. You remember when President Trump said stable genius? Long time ago, what did we get? Stablecoin system, stablecoin token system, and the Genius Act. It's coded. Their book is coded. Trump, you're not going to like this, is a servant of Satan. These servants of Satan must tell you, it's in their book, what they do. Our book, completely different. Okay, it's all about truth. Theirs is all about lies, but we have free will. Free will is given to us by the Almighty. So when a servant of the devil says something like stable genius, or says we're going to get a 29 crash and a depression, they're looking to see if you're going to consent to it. Free will. Does this sound about right to you, theologians out here? Maybe just a little bit, or maybe those who just aren't familiar with this. Oh yeah, it's the way it works. So, but you're not acting against it. It's taken as, well, their free will given by the Almighty is say, this is good. We can do this. We can deceive them. They're consenting. It's their book, man. And President Trump is telling you what's going to happen. So I wrote here, and when a dying empire's leader, in this case Donald Trump, cries Great Depression, it means the illusion is fracturing. Yeah? Yeah, I think you see it too. Of course you do. Now, a couple of other things I want to talk about. Let me see. Let's do this one. So President Trump today made a threat to China. Let me just read this to you. Here's the headline. Trump floats out possible tariffs on China for buying Russian oil. Tariff threat on China yes again, and it's getting stupid now. So this is me. Bloomberg says President Trump said he could punish China with additional tariffs over its purchases of Russian oil and feeding the war machine. Meanwhile, we're sending billions and billions of dollars of weapons to Ukraine. Is President Trump, not you, because I know you don't want to, isn't he also fueling the war machine? It's supposed to end on day one. How did that work out? Lions, according to this article above, right here, okay, Trump floats possibility of tariffs on China. According to this article above, China has responded firmly, defending its oil imports as legitimate, and asserted its right to secure its energy interests amid mounting U.S. pressure. Okay, moreover, Trump's own trade advisor, Peter Navarro himself, is casting doubt that this will ever happen. Go ahead and make that up. Bottom line, Lions, this on-off, postponed, canceled tariffs on China are not a strategy. I'm sorry. Okay, it's starting to look erratic and incoherent. It is incoherent. These flip-flops and threats are theatrics played on political stages. But is anyone even taking this seriously anymore? Not even Peter Navarro, President Trump's trade advisor. Why that matters is this. Today was the deadline for Russia to make peace with Ukraine. Oh, President Trump made some pretty grave threats that today was it. This was the deadline. Well, nothing's happening. So let me read this to you. I'm just going to read this right here. So Trump-Russia deadline is set to expire today with tariffs at stake. President Trump's ultimatum to Russia ceasefire or face secondary sanctions hit its scheduled deadline today. Yet, as the deadline passed, nothing. No ceasefire, no meaningful progress. Russian forces continue their attacks on, I can't even pronounce these things, drones ravaging areas like wherever this is in some other place, inflicting civilian casualties and chaos. No sign of softening resistance from Moscow, even as global pressure. And President Trump has said, you better stop. So here's the question, in your opinion, is Trump going to follow through with his threat, or will he just continue sending billions of dollars in weapons to Ukraine? China is probably waiting to see what Trump is going to do with this. This is today. China's probably laughing. I would be laughing too, especially if I were President Trump and my own, and Peter the freaking Barrow is already saying, probably not going to happen. Come on, guys, man. Did you really expect this to happen? No, we're going to still be sending billions of dollars of weapons. Oh, wait a minute. No. But this. No. Everything you could dream about. But I think the biggest worry we have right now, and I'm not calling for a crash, but what I am telling you here, okay, is their book dictates. They have to tell you first. By President Trump warning that we could get another 29 all over again in a depression, that means we more than likely will. We know it's coming. But again, when you have a person here that doesn't follow the book we follow, that demands that they have to tell you what they're going to do first, stable genius, stable coin token, genius act. If you can't see this yet, if you still believe that Trump is aligned with the divine order, you really have been deceived, and you need to speak to your priest, your pastor, or whoever you consider your guru, all right? Because this guy is aligned with the devil in every way. He's making deal after deal with the devil. Not with you. We haven't had not one single comprehensive deal with regard to trade, not one. Oh, you think we have? Honestly, maybe you need to do a little research. See, because the mainstream media, they're out there to propagandize you. This whole thing with the EU, with their commitment, this $600 billion, it already fell apart. It's not happening, okay? In case you were really, really hoping it would. Come on, guys. It's time to wake up. It's time to speak out. And it's time to say enough is freaking enough. No, not yet. You're not ready yet. You're not ready to say enough. You're not ready to speak out to President Trump directly. You're not, MAGA people, you're not ready to take your bilateral thumbs out of your rectum. I don't know how you have them both up there. It might be kind of an interesting way, contorted position. Pull the thumbs out. Get them out, okay? And start using your mouth, okay? Use your mouth, your God-given mouth, to start saying you've had enough with all this thing that's happening here. Sound about right to you? Oh no, you're still wearing that red hat and it's still, everything's beautiful. Yeah. In your life, you couldn't make this stuff up. It's impossible to do. Bring it in. It's Friday, all right? Before we do that, and we're going to, okay? Guys, take me up on my 7-day free trial, please. Okay, link in the description of this video. You're not going to see me on Sunday for my markets to look ahead. You're not going to see me any mornings anymore. My markets to look ahead every Sunday. Everything I do there for you, including my trades, which have been, I'm not tooting my own horn here, but they've been dead on. I've been setting up spreads for you every weekend. It's like a second source of income for those of you lions out here that are involved in it. Come on, guys. You're doing well with this. You got to understand the risk in the market. At least I hope so. You're not in the market because there's no risk, okay? Anyway, I sent this out earlier to the Freedom Platform Lions that do participate in this, and you're all doing well. Pay it forward. You're making money with these trades. It's great, but pay it forward. Just 5% of your trade should go to a charity that you believe in, okay? But anyway, as I said, if you do not subscribe to the Freedom Platform, or even take me up on my free offer, you're not going to see me for my Sunday markets to look ahead anymore. You're also not going to see me for any morning anymore. And I miss you guys. I want to see more of you over there. We're growing. I'm not going to lie. The Freedom Platform is growing, but it's not really growing that fast. I really don't know what you guys and girls are waiting for. You got to commit to yourself sometimes. You got to invest in yourself. And it's literally $3 and change a month. And we're using this cash to make a positive difference in our communities and even around the entire nation. We are supporting food drives, community activities. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, the Freedom Platform is making a nice size donation to support children in need of school supplies. This is going to be a Jayberg's Garage tomorrow between 3 and 5 p.m. It's over here in Sarasota. Look it up. I sent you guys the information out in the newsletter. You have it. I'm going to be there. The Copo Camaro is going to be there. There's a car show. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope to see some of you there. You don't have to bring anything, all right? I got you covered. The Freedom Platform covered it. So I'm not asking for any other cash. The cash you guys invest in the Freedom Platform, invest in yourselves, is going to work to support things like this. Charity events, as I said, food drives. We also donated a very, very nice amount of money to support veterans who need things, homeless veterans who need shoes and clothing. This is what you're doing with just being a part of the Freedom Platform. Pay it forward, guys. If you do that, things will come back to you tenfold. And if, again, I'm doing it for you. If you are a part of our team, the Freedom Platform, your dollars are working to better people. And I can only imagine the comments, oh, Greg's doing this for that. Of course, because they can't believe that someone could actually be doing something for others because they can't do it. They're stuck in their mom's basement, sucking their thumbs, or one's still up there rectum, more than likely, and they can't do anything about it. So what do they? They got nothing better to do. They come out here and troll. Let them do it. You want to get away from the trolls and the scammers and the bots? You want to get away from the censorship? You want to get away from commercials and AI screening? Freedom Platform, man. It's $3 and change a month. And then with that one investment, you could just share the work like this thing, which I really wish you guys and girls had, all of you have it who subscribe to the Freedom Platform and other stuff. I put out so much work. Share it, get people to join us over there, earn credits towards free subscriptions for freaking life. But again, you guys and girls do what you want. I hope to see you over there. I really, really do. Let's make a positive difference. Let's show people what it's all about. And why shouldn't it start with us? We have to wait for someone else to do it? Well, that someone else is me. And I'm doing it for you. All you got to do is join us. Anyway, as I said, link in the description of this video. Now bring it in. People love each other, care about each other, and be charitable to each other, all right? As I said, unless you are a member of the Freedom Platform, I will not see you Sunday. I will not see you on Monday morning. You'll see me Monday night for these wrap-ups, and I hope you're getting something out of these as well. But I really hope to see more of you over on the Freedom Platform. Come on, guys. Let's do this. Help me, help you, and help others as well. We gotta come together. Don't you agree or no? We need to be separated. We can't see each other. They want us separated by everything that you can dream of. Enemies. We have to hate each other? Is that no? How about loving each other? How about us coming together and unifying and maybe making a difference here? Instead, we got a warning here that we're going to get a 29 style crash, which is their book. He's telling you what's going to happen. Yeah, the stable genius, stablecoin tokens, Genius Act. They tell you first. That's the way it works, guys. Love you. See ya.